Good morning, everybody. I'm Vincent Meza. This is Listings to Leads, and this is our class on top tools for more listings. Okay. So if you're a new client, please let me know. And also, do you have listings now? And the name of our company is Listings to Leads. And there's a lot of, when we originally did this, when we started the company, we really wanted to leverage agents' listings and help them get more listings with that. And we have clients that have used that. We definitely have tools that will help you multiply the listings that you have. And so you want to use those, but if you don't have listings, we still have tools for you as well. So I want to, I'm going to get moving here, but I want to let everybody know there's people logging in now. In the GoToMeeting chat panel is a section called handouts. Please go there and print and download and print both of those handouts. One's called FB and Google Ads, Facebook and Google Ads, and the other is top tools for more listings, which we're actually looking at right now. We'll come back to this, but let's get started. As our website says, you have a lot of ways of generating more listings. We also have really awesome social media content. You should definitely be turning that on, and you should be using our PDF guides and our landing pages. Now we have more tools than that. But when it comes to getting listings and what you need to focus on, it's really leveraging your listings, using our landing pages, and using our PDF guides. Okay, like that's simple, right? That's it. If you just know that's what you got to be doing. Now, there's a lot to listings to leads, and that can be confusing, right? There's a lot to it, and a lot of people don't know where to start. I'm going to give you some places to start actually today. But this page right here, lead gen webinars, we can see your webinar. Awesome. Thanks. Yeah. leadgenwebinars.com. If you're watching this on a recording, go find that. You can sign up for our live classes. I'm going to send this to everyone right here because I'm not sure how everybody got to this class today, but this link to this page should be blinking inside your GoToMeeting chat panel, and you should open that and save that. Oh, Chris is saying, yeah, I've been here for about 31 days. New client, welcome. You have 2 listings and you need more. We're going to actually talk about some tools to leverage those listings to get more listings. But even if you don't have listings, we have ways of helping you get more listings. So we're going to be covering all that. So right here, leadgenwebinars.com, every class we do, including this class, is recorded, right? And we put it on this page right here, which is our YouTube channel. So I'm going to send this to you as well. And please get to this page and subscribe to it. And there's a reason why I want you to subscribe to it. If you go to our homepage or to this page that says shorts, Scott's doing 1-minute videos like once or twice a day. And he's basing these a lot on our feedback that we're getting in our mastermind group and feedback we're getting from our clients of things that are working for them. So today, I appreciate that you're here with me to spend an hour talking about how to get more listings. You need time to know that. But on the shorts, some of those shorts are how to get more listings or how to get more buyers or how to leverage media, things like that. But those are 1-minute videos, right? Today it's an hour, but you can actually learn a lot in 60 seconds. So get to that shorts page, check in on our YouTube channel. Scott's adding new content. I definitely recommend that. But this class and all of our longer classes, Scott does a number of them and I do a number of them too. They're right here, right? And I want to point these out because Scott does a lot of kind of like niche marketing stories, right? Avoid foreclosure. That's becoming a big topic. So we have landing pages and marketing funnels to help you get to that area, right? To help you get to that part of the market. So you definitely want to see that. I also do a class called Get Started, which is an overall view of the system. And then Facebook and Google here. And I want to remind you, if you're logging in now, please go to the handout section in the GoToMeeting chat panel and download the 2 handouts, Facebook and Google Ads and top tools for more listings. And then today's class is top tools for more listings. And guess what? 2 weeks ago, I did that as well. I actually recommend that all of you watch maybe 2 or 3 of these classes, the top tools for more listings, because Get Started is a bit of a hybrid of everything, right? It's telling you turn these things on and use these, but this class is specifically how to get more listings. And I think everybody on this call knows it's critical to your business to have more listings now, right? So I don't actually say the same things. And I talk to a lot of agents all the time. And so I'm always getting feedback, Scott's getting feedback. And so sometimes we'll be focused on a certain aspect of the form. And I'm not, even though I sound like a robot, I actually, there's new information coming in all the time, new innovation from our side that we want to share with you. So these calls are slightly different. All right. So I'm going to leave this here. I do want to point out something though, and this is getting to the meat of it. First, I also want to say we have a listings to leads mastermind group. So what I'm trying to point out is we've got leadgenwebinars.com. We've got all classes are recorded. They're on YouTube. And then we've got this mastermind group on Facebook. It's private. If you're not in it, please use our support team, ask our support team to get you in there. And there are a few names that I want you to write down if you can and get in the mastermind group and look at what they've been saying, right? One is this lady right here, Angie Diaz. So just in the beginning of the month, she's telling everybody, hey, here's how I got a listing. And here's how I took that listing. She actually marketed a sold property. And this is really important, actually. She got a list of 1,000 nearby homeowners and mailed things to them as well. And this is actually a big part of this class that I'm going to dive into in just a bit. But it's funny, Angie, I think she was actually on my call. She actually applied it and boom, in just a matter of weeks, has more listings and more gets buyers and listings. And so she's showing us this is the home that she won with our stuff. Look at her posts. These are October 6th. Look at her posts. Look at the comments. She is sharing a lot of what she did here. And that's a great thing about our mastermind group is our clients, they certainly are asking questions like, hey, how do I do this? Or they have questions, but there are other clients who are saying, this is what I did to win business, either buyers or sellers. So there's a lot here. Okay. So that's one name. I'm going to give you a couple of other names and then we'll go in some other areas. Brian Mathewson. And I'm going to come back. We're going to look at what Brian said and did. Pat Motley, Chris Winstead, and Dustin Fox. So there's 5 names of various clients around the country who are getting listings with our system. We'll come back and talk about them, but you want to learn from other people that have had success with our platform, right? You don't want to fish around and try to recreate the wheel. And there's actually like a handful of actions and activities and tools that if you use consistently, yeah, you're going to get more listings. So we'll come back and talk about those people later as we go through the call, but let's move through now. I repeat myself because I know we've been working with realtors for 15 years now. And I know you're distracted like every 60 seconds. So I've asked everybody to download and print these 2 pieces of paper. They are in the handout section of the GoToMeeting chat panel there. Please do that. There's one here on Facebook and Google Ads, and there's another one on Top Tools for More Listings. So let's talk about this page real quick. Why is Facebook and Google important in this call? One, when you run ads on Facebook for any home that is later stage, like pending, under contract, or sold, our ads are pre-written to help you get listing leads. Okay. And these leads from Facebook come with name, email, and phone number. And our clients are closing leads like that and turning them into business, right? So that's actually the first thing I recommend to any agent. Agents know they got to market their homes when they're sold. The majority of agents don't, right? And let me say this to you, you can actually borrow listings and pull them into the system, right? You might have an office. So I was talking with a couple of realtors down in Las Vegas just a few minutes ago, and I think one had listings or had a sold listing, the other one didn't. So they can go into their office or maybe a colleague and say, hey, can I borrow a listing from you that's in the market that I want to build out, right? Las Vegas is a big area. I know one of the ladies wanted to focus on a particular part of it. So I would definitely recommend to her, hey, borrow a listing in that area and run ads on it. And you can certainly do that for buyers, but you can also do that for listings. And so you can get listings that are sold put them in your system and market those out. So you're really telling the market, thousands of people, when you run one ad, 1,000 to 2,000 people will see it and you will capture leads. And the call to action, we'll look at it in a few minutes, is saying, hey, this home is sold. That's going to affect your home value. Click here to get your home value. That's the ad, right? Takes 2 clicks. We've pre-written everything. So get these leads, get the listings in and run ads on homes that are later stage, under contract, pending or sold. This is the fastest, cheapest way of getting seller leads, okay? And with maybe your own phone number. And that's really an important thing. So if we keep going down here, it says run ads on PDF guides. And that's definitely a big deal. So we have 80 PDF guides in the system. 40 of them are for homeowners. So if you run ads on those or you get them in front of people, they can download them as long as they give you the content. So you want to be using those. Absolutely. And then we have landing pages and landing pages for, in this case, for sellers. So we'll have a few, we'll go look at those in a minute. And then this is a big thing right here. It says create a custom audience to gather high quality listing leads. This is related to Facebook. Now, I don't know, let me know if you can in the chat panel. Have you run ads? Just give me a yes or no. Have you run ads on Facebook before? And if we can, just focus on getting listing leads, right? Have you done that? So a few of you have. And the thing about that is, I don't know how long you've been doing that. 5 or 6 years ago, the targeting inside Facebook was incredible. It was awesome. You could literally target homeowners in a zip code, even their net wealth, right? Their net worth. You even can target that. Guess what? They got sued. Facebook got sued by HUD for illegal ads being run by realtors and lenders, mortgage lenders. So they had to strip away a lot of what's going on. And so if you just try to go run an ad with the default settings of Facebook, you're not going to be able to target very well. And that's why we say, get a high quality custom audience. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Okay. So that's the Facebook side of things. Then there's Google. Okay. Now Google, we actually have Google ad software. It's an add-on to our normal account. Our normal account's like $60 a month. The Google software is an additional 30, but that just gets you the software to run ads very easy, right? And actually, if you've ever run an ad on Google, and if you can give me a yes or no there, let me know. I think like in the real estate space, I think about 50% of realtors have actually run an ad, and that's probably high, right? I only think 10 to 20% have had any success in that. But when it comes to running ads on Google, I think 1 in 20 agents have actually tried that. And let me tell you, I've done it. It's hideous. You do not want to be working in the Google system to run an ad. I'm going to give you a glimpse of what that's like. Yeah, Kathy's saying she did a long time ago. It's hard. It is hard. And you actually need a lot of knowledge. Guess what? If you're using our software, you need to be able to click 2 buttons, because what you are trying to do, we know what you're trying to do because all of our clients are realtors, and we have turned ad creation on Google into 2 clicks to help. And I would recommend this if you want more listing leads. I don't recommend using Google for buyer leads. I know that some clients do, and that's cool. They're expensive. The leads cost more on Google than on Facebook. And there's so much seller lead gen in our platform without Google that you should really master those tools. And then once you've got that and you've got the revenue flow and the machine working and the ROI, you can see it, then definitely add some budget and get out there at Google, because those leads cost more. They're higher quality leads. Google is the #1 website in the country. Okay. So you definitely want to be there if you want to be competing in real estate, right? And you can use the same landing pages that you run ads on Facebook. You can use them on Google. You can use the same PDF guides for sellers. You can run them on Google. Okay. So we'll look at, that's this page. Please print this, leave it on your desk, because you need to be doing one of these activities every week. It's that easy, right? And you'll see that running an ad on Facebook or Google takes 2 clicks. There is budget. We'll talk about budget in a little bit, but let's close this and let's look at this. This is the other flyer that you should definitely download. And let's see here. I got things popping up. Sorry, let me stop that. Top tools for more listings made this class, right? So let's look at this. Mail out the nearby homeowner alert to local homeowners. Now I'm going to read this to you and then we're going to go and look at it. Run Facebook ads on pending, under contract, and sold, right? That's actually from the first flyer. Create a home valuation page, the property valuation for each farm. So if you're building business in 4 or 5 different towns, you need a home valuation page for each town. Then once you created them, you run ads on Facebook and Google with them, right? You can also, and so this is getting a little repetitive, right? Because I'm saying, hey, run ads on Google for your PDF guides and market the seller PDF guides. What I'm saying here is without Facebook and Google. There are other ways of getting these out. We'll look at that. There's also a home sold report, which is actually a 1-page letter that is on the back of every landing page. And you will want to use that, right? You'll want to get that out into your market. And then just sold postcards, and then e-flyer for each listing. So I'm hoping that you printed this because I'm going to want you to put some notes on this real quick. And then get seller to share their tools. So we actually create tools and we email them to you automatically that are designed for your seller to share. If you like referrals, you absolutely got to use those tools because they are talking about you, and you want to use it when you have a home that's just listed. You want to update the listing in our system to open house when you have an open house, because we're going to send you another tool. And then when you sell it, you update it again, and we're going to give you another tool for the homeowner. You want to get this part of the process into your listing presentation. It really speaks to how you market, right? So this part is a little nebulous right now, but number 11 is, I think, what I want everybody to think of. And hopefully the ladies who I was speaking with today are on the call. If you are, give me a shout there in the questions panel. One of the ladies, they're operating in Las Vegas, but I think she lived in an area. There was one part of Las Vegas that she wanted to build out. And she actually said it's a zip code, right? And if you have towns or cities or areas or developments or neighborhoods that you're trying to build, having a custom audience for targeting, whether it's in Facebook or in print or with e-flyers, is really, I think, one of the smartest things that you have to do. And I'm going to say a little bit more about that. I think having listings in this market in real estate is getting more competitive. So you can say, I'm going to compete and do something once or twice a year, and you're not going to really be competitive, right? If you want to be in the front of the race, you need to be thinking of this custom audience. Okay. Oh, Danielle, you're here. 8141. Yeah. Okay. So that's a zip code. So let's talk about that. Let's see. I want to check out this other question. Interested to learn about the listing presentation. Yeah, that's right. That's very cool. We are going to talk about that. So give me a minute. Let's talk about this part here, because let's log into listings to leads. That's enough of me yapping, right? When you log in, if you're new to us, make sure there's a wizard that is like a setup wizard, right? It says connect to Facebook. We ask you to connect 3 times. And I don't know where it is here because I've already set up, but you want to make sure all this, because it says connect to social media for auto posting, so we can auto post your listings. Then it says connect to Facebook and Google and social media for your ad software so that you can run ads. So you got to do that. And then there's another section over here that's social content, that we auto post content to your socials. And you want to make sure that you've done that, because that's going to help you build your networks, build your SEO on Google My Business, and capture leads, right? So this is when you start logging in, and you're going to see that we always drop you on the dashboard. And let me see if I can click in here and customize this, follow-ups, product, checklist. No, that's not it. I'm looking for the actual setup wizard, which we've done ours so long ago, you can't see it. But there's a box here, and as long as you got all those things set up, that means all the automation's turned on. And for purposes of this call, you want to focus up here on the top where these tabs are, on seller leads, right? Because that's the name of this class. Let's talk, before we get into the custom audience thing, let's talk about where would you use a custom audience? And as a reminder, this lady right here, will literally tell you, this lady right here, who I mentioned you should check out, she actually got, sorry guys, I'm going to quit messing with that. She actually got a list of homeowners around her home. And I think she got it from her title partner. That's what she was saying. But there are other, title partners have some cool software to help you get those kinds of lists. And once you do, you can use them. And I'm going to show you how to use them on this call. But this is what you want in a list. So whether you're talking to a title partner or a third-party company to get this data set, you want this. And I recommend that you start this in your core market. So Danielle's on the call. You want to do this in one market, and then you can expand it. After you get that machine running, you can go into your adjacent markets and do that. Betty, the name of that Mastermind group is the Listings to Leads Mastermind group. It is, however, a private group. So if you're not in it, you won't be able to find it. You can't see it. You got to ask our support team inside the bottom left of your account to add you to the group, and then you'll be able to see it. So once you have that custom audience, then you're going to be able to run ads and target them on Facebook, target those people, right? And you can also use some of the tools for your listings, your later stage listings, because some of them are email tools. So if you have that list, you can email them as well. We also are creating some unique emails to just helping keeping engaged people. I'll show you this later. But then your landing pages for homeowners are right here, and there are ways to market them. And then there are PDF guides, right? So I mentioned that in the flyers, like these are the things. So they're all right here on this page. Everything you need to get listings. There are companies out there like this one, archagent.com. I actually, agents have told me this is affordable and a good place to get this list. You might want to check it out. Let me tell you what I think you want. You want name, email, phone number, and address, okay, of everybody that has more than 5 years equity. It could be 4, it could be 6, 5, that's good too. Whatever that company is going to sell you, go get it. ArchAgent does it. ListSource does it. ListSource is owned by CoreLogic. I think a lot of people know them. I've heard they're affordable. Remind.com, Redx.com, Cole Resource / Cole Information. They have this information as well. You want to have that list, and when you buy it, it's going to have a big list. That list needs to be 1,000 names long. All right. So Danielle, you're talking about a zip code. Like, for instance, there's a neighborhood over here by me called Release Valley, 700 homes there. That's not going to have a list of 1,000 people. If you have a list of 700 people, you need to get a few hundred and pack it in so that list is big enough. I'm going to show you why. But I have clients we work with clients all over the country. I know a team that I set up years ago. They're in Dallas. They have 3 lists of 10,000 homeowners each. 3. And they just rotate their ads on Facebook in front of those people, right? And on Google, right? They just keep running ads on Facebook and Google, and that's a major part of their listing machine, right? Now that you got that list, what can you do with it, right? One is you can run ads on Facebook, right? Let me show you the kinds of ads that you should run. And I think I had shown this to, how are they targeting them on Facebook? Well, let's answer that question. Let's go to the ad section first. So we'll jump off of the dashboard, because what we want to do with that custom audience, with that list. So let's just call this list Las Vegas, right? Because one of our agents on here from Las Vegas. So you see this button that says create audience. That's where you start. And you call it Las Vegas homeowners, right? Or whatever the name of that area was, right? Now, nobody's going to see this except you. Okay. And that's going to live inside of your Facebook account. It doesn't live in Listings to Leads, because part of the setup is connect to your Facebook ad account. Notice it says here, this has to be 1,000 leads deep. So it can't be 500, can't be 700, can't be 300, right? It's got to be 1,000 leads deep. And that spreadsheet needs to look exactly like this with these headers and these columns, right? Only 4. When you buy a list, there's probably going to be 20 or 30 columns of data. Save it. You're going to have other things to do with it. But for Facebook, it's got to look just like this. Once you upload it, you import and create, it will live in your Facebook. Even if you stop working with us, it's going to be in your account. And you want that because those are the people that own homes for 5 years or whatever. And you keep running ads in front of them. Okay. So what kinds of ads would you run in front of those people? We can do it from here. We want to run listing ads that are sold or under contract. Those are going to get listing leads. We want to create a landing page for Las Vegas, and we want to drive people to that. And then we want to do PDF guide ads. And PDF guides, let's just go look at the PDF guides real quick. Let's look at kind of the tools that we're talking about here before we go run the ads, right? So when you sign up, as I said, it's going to tell you to connect to social media. It's also going to say, get your headshot in there, get your logo in there, and get your colors in there. So all these colors on all these PDF guides are all going to reflect your business, okay, and you. And here is an ad. Here's one right here. If you want, you can download it and look at it. They're all about 5 or 6 pages long. You are on every page. So it's definitely your branding. And from here, you can click marketing tools. And this takes you to the work area where you can run an ad on Facebook, right? Or you can run an ad on Google, or you can share it on social media, or you've got an e-flyer for your database. So let's think what we're saying. So e-flyer for your database, Facebook ads, and print flyers, right? Or maybe door hangers, right? Print. So you want to think of, to get listings, it would be awesome if there was one magic pill, we just send you listing. And you know what? Instead of $60, we'd probably be charging you like $5,000 a lead, right? If it was just like that simple, but it's not that simple. What we're trying to do here is give you a really holistic situation to stay in front of your market with print, with email, and with ads. And that's exactly what you can do when you have that custom link, that custom list, because we create a lot of tools. If you have a home, like this is actually about the PDF guide. So it's, hey, I can mail this postcard to the people who have equity because I bought that list. I know they have equity. And so you got postcards, you got e-flyers. So remember that spreadsheet that I said, not only can you upload it in Facebook, but you can upload it to your CRM, and then you can copy this code and boom, you're going to be copying this weird stuff here, which is called HTML code. You're going to paste it into your Follow-Up Boss or your KV Core, whatever CRM you've got. You click a button in your CRM and it will look like this. And then boom, you send it out. So remember, you've got a list of homeowners in Vegas. You're now sending out every week a e-flyer for free. Okay. And then Daniela's got a question. I'm trying to run ads and I always receive a message that my account is restricted and I can't do this. I don't know if I can. Daniela, you can email me later at Vince@Listings to Leads. My support team is pretty smart and we help a lot of people, but I don't know why that's blocked, but we can look at it later. So when it gets back to e-flyers, and right now we're looking at an e-flyer, there are 40 PDF guides for homeowners. I think there's 52 weeks in a year, right? Something like that. You should be taking one of our e-flyers every week and blasting your list, blasting your CRM. And it doesn't always have to be just the seller stuff. You could put stuff in there for buyers because you don't know where your clients are at any given moment, or not your clients, but your leads, right? Your database. So there is definitely a year's worth of email content in here. And then there are going to be tools that are print tools. Now, I wouldn't do print tools. How many emails can we send at the same time? That is a question for your CRM, Betty. We actually have ways of sending emails, but what we cannot do is, we don't allow you to upload all of your leads into Listings to Leads and then use our content that way. You have to have your leads in a CRM and you copy the code here, you take it over to your CRM and you blast it out there. Yeah, interesting. Dana's saying a bunch HTMLs are being blocked by a majority of bigger email providers these days. Dana, I'm not here. We're not having any pushback on these. You might notice when you're looking at this, it's pretty text heavy with a photograph, right? So it's not a huge amount of HTML built into this. We've been doing this for 15 years, and if we have things getting blocked, we would be adapting super quickly. So I wouldn't overthink this one. So we're just looking at PDF guide, and what I'm trying to get to convey with you is that you got e-flyers, you got print tools, and you can create a custom audience and run ads on Facebook. Now, you can't do a custom audience ad in Google unless you spend $500,000 on Google. Then they give you like this advanced thing, but I don't think any of us are doing that today, right? But you on Facebook, you can just say, hey, I want to target people that live in Las Vegas, which actually you could totally do that, right? That would work. You don't have to overthink it. You don't actually need a custom audience for this. But I know that Danielle there is actually not thinking of all of Las Vegas, so we don't need to put it here. We could actually go down here where it says retarget custom audiences. And we could say, I don't have one built but I have a custom audience, any of it. You would use the custom audience that is connected, that's named the way you want, right? Whatever it would be called Las Vegas homeowners or something like that. And that tells Facebook, show this ad to those people only. Okay. And since you bought this list and you put homeowners in Vegas with equity, this is a smart thing to do. You don't for certain kinds of ads, and I'm going to back to the dashboard, you don't need to have a custom audience. But there are times with one of the most important ads, and that is a home value page, that you do need a custom audience. So before we run that you really need that, I want to go over to landing pages, because when you log in, when you start an account, we create landing pages for you, right? And there's about this top row, these are all there by default. And you can go up here and create unlimited landing pages in your account. Now, I know a little bit about Vegas, but Property Valuation Plus is the area that this is the landing page that gives you instant home value, right? And I know Danielle's giving me a zip code, but I don't really know that. And you don't want to put a zip code here. You want to put in the name of an area. And there's kind of a suburb over there called Henderson, right? That you would create it just like that, right? If I was in Memphis, I don't know how big Memphis is. I'm sure I was there when I was much younger. And anyway, you can create them for towns, or you can create them for an area. Like for me, I live in Lafayette, okay? And there's about 24,000 people in this town. So I would create one like that. But there's also this area that I mentioned earlier called Release Valley, which is actually a neighborhood of Lafayette. And those homes are like on acreage, and they are multi-million-dollar homes, great area. I would want to target that area. If I create the landing page, I've now got a tool, right? That's just specifically designed for them. And when you create that, you want to get a photograph of that area. Because let me show you, if I can show you this is what a generic landing, when you create it, this is what a generic landing page looks like. It's got a cup of coffee and a pen. And sometimes this works for people. Agents just don't even bother to customize it. Please bother to customize it. What do you do? When you create it, you will see a pencil. Put in a photograph. When you click the pencil, the very first thing we show you is upload an image. Get an image that's 2,000 pixels wide, because this is going to be on a big monitor, and upload it. And it's going to replace that background with something that is relevant to your market. What really works well are like downtown streets, popular malls. I've seen people put the outlet mall, like something that lets the locals know their town, right? Because what you're going to be doing with this landing page is running ads in front of people who don't know who you are, and you're going to be asking them for their contact information and address. And I'm pretty sure you've been on the internet a little bit lately, and whenever you're asked for anything like that, you're just like, boop, I'm out of here. This is how you establish any kind of trust. Put something that they are going to know that you know their area. Danielle, can you do a specific neighborhood like? Yes, you can. The golf club. Yeah. Danielle's asking, can you do something? A lot of our clients will build out a landing page for a golf community. That's what that sounds like. And you would definitely get a picture maybe of the front sign right there, or maybe of the clubhouse or something like that, that shows, oh yeah, my area. Maybe there's a nice kind of water feature somewhere. But don't forget, Danielle, your list is 700 homes deep, right? So if you actually bought the list, you'd probably get 500 names. And when it comes to uploading it in Facebook, it would be a waste of time, because Facebook, you can upload it, but Facebook won't let you use it. So you would get that list of 700 homeowners. You would find another 300 from maybe a neighboring area and pop it all in there. And so you're overshooting. What town is that in, that Southern Highlands Golf Club? What town is that? Let me show you. It is in Las Vegas. So let me show you the issue of running an app, right? So I don't think I have one for Vegas here, do I? I should. I've done so many presentations down there. Let's see if I do. No, I don't. Here's how you create. Let's just do it right now. Property Valuation Plus. And I'm going to say Las Vegas, but I know that Danielle is actually focused on a particular part of it, but we're just going to do Las Vegas. And the print tools are really great that we create here. So you want to put a picture of the something in Vegas. I wouldn't put the Strip. Everybody knows the Strip, right? Where you gamble and all that. But you don't want to put things where the tourists know. You want to put something that the locals know. So you click Open Editor and you customize that, and that's it. One thing, and remember when I said there are some names over here in the Mastermind group, and one of them is Chris Winstead. He is doing, and he's over in San Antonio. He created a landing page for his farm market in San Antonio. Then he went to marketing tools and he prints off the door hangers. Okay. And he actually, so the door hanger is going to have your logo, your colors, all that. And he downloads it and he prints them at Vistaprints in groups of 1,000. He says it's very affordable this way. So it's a group of 1,000. And then he just walks the neighborhood. He doesn't even door knock. He just walks the neighborhood. Danielle, I don't know if you can actually walk a neighborhood in a golf community. Sometimes they don't allow that thing, but you can mail things, right? And stuff like that. So on the back of the landing page, you see this photo here. It's going to have the photo that you have, right? Right here, it's showing this generic one, and I don't recommend you do that. There's also what we call a circle prospect letter, which we also used to call the nearby home sold report. And so on the back of every landing page is a letter like this. And this looks like our nearby homeowner letter. Just says, hey, home sales in Las Vegas are in. You got to edit this and say 20 homes sold, the high is here. That's it. And this is going to affect your home value. Scan here to get your free home value, right? Then there's a page with your reviews if you got your reviews showing. Very simple letter. Mail this to people with equity. That's really what you got to do. Now, you might have that. Now, we have a partnership. I was telling you, go buy that list. Go buy that list and mail this in batches of 100 to a list. So you don't have to, if the list is 3,000 people, it's going to cost you a lot to mail something to 3,000 people. But our clients print these letters and they mail them out in batches of 100, and they just hit that list and go through the list, because the lists they know we know they have equity. So we want to get this tool in front of them, right? So we have a company called Express Copy that we have a kind of a pass through, right? We're not doing a rev share here, nothing like that. We're just making it easy for our clients to click print and mail. And this allows you to click get mailing list, which means in this case, you can decide a 1 or 2 or 3 mile radius, 100 pieces of mail to homeowners of single family homes with more than 6 years equity. This is exactly what you want to do, right? You want to get our letter in front of homeowners. This is the easy way to do it. It just is 2 clicks. Click submit order. They download it, they fold it, they put it in an envelope, and they mail it. We are really excited. This has been like a 2-year integration. I will say that I am not overjoyed. And the reason why I'm saying that is like, it looks, when they do that, it looks like bulk mail. You know how a computer is just going to print out the label and there's your name at the top left and there's their name down there in the middle on a normal envelope. but it looks like bulk mail, right? It's not super custom looking. And that's a problem for a lot of people. And so I'm going to show you what our clients have been doing. That we have these letters. Whoa, what the heck is that? Sorry. What I'm trying to do is click on this magnifying glass. I showed you this earlier. I definitely think all of you should be looking at these names: Brian Matheson, Chris Winstead, and Pat Lawley. So Pat has been a client for probably since the company started, I think. I think so. She prints out what's called the Nearby Homeowner letter, which is a letter that's a lot like the one we're looking at, but it's about a specific listing. And so you can do it either with this letter or the one on the back of the landing page. But the key that's big here is that she prints them in batches of 100, and she prints on the back with Microsoft Publisher. Then she hand folds these things and hand writes those envelopes. Why would she do that if we got express copy? Because she can mail out 200 pieces of mail and get 8 listings out of it from one home. 100 just listed and 100 just sold. Now that's about a particular home, but if you don't have a listing in the area that you're targeting, this letter is related to the home value landing page of the one that you created, right? So if you created a Las Vegas page, it would have a picture of Vegas. It says Vegas, you get it, right? So I've said a couple things and I want to remind you now, which is you want to take our e-flyers, and here's an e-flyer for your database for the Las Vegas landing page, right? You want to take one of our e-flyers and hit your database every week. It doesn't take long. You click on any flyer, you click on copy code, you go over to your CRM, you paste it. It's going to look freaky like that. And you go on in your CRM and you click a button. It might say HTML or source or that little icon. Once it looks like normal, you send it, right? So you want to do that once a week, because I'm not drilling into it, but this link here, this graphic here, and this graphic here, and this all point to lead capture for you. Some are buyer leads and some are seller leads. Obviously, getting your free home value is a seller lead, right? One flyer has all that, okay? So you want to be thinking, I need to get out an e-flyer once a week to my database. If you're working with 300 leads or 200 or something like that, maybe once a month is fine. I think Danielle is saying she has 4,000. And if you're playing with anything north of 1,000 leads, definitely be working on this, because you don't know where, even though you captured the lead, you might not have spoken to the lead. You don't know exactly if they're buying or selling right now. And if you've had that lead for more than 12 months, something could have changed in their life. And so that's why you just want to get our tools out there in front of them. Our e-flyers can convert stale leads. We've had that story many times. And this is what I want to point out. So let's talk about that zip code. What's that? 89. So let's say that Danielle created a landing page, not just for overall Las Vegas, but for that particular area. Danielle, does that zip code have a neighborhood? And let's just 891. Let me type it. Let me just 8911. And zip code. Yeah. It's Southern Highlands Plan Community. Okay. Let's give it a second. Enterprise. Okay. It's Southern Foothills. So let's go look at the problem with Facebook targeting. So this is a map of the area, these areas right here. So it's new stuff happening here. Now, when you run an ad on Facebook, I'm pretty sure that every ad you run on Facebook has let's just run an ad and let's just, instead of me talking, let's do it. It's going to say you got a minimum 15-mile radius. Okay. And if it was Las Vegas, that would be okay. Because Las Vegas is big, right? But there is a problem. So we'll come back to this. If you're targeting this little area right here, a 15-mile radius, it's a little bit smaller than that. About like that. All these people are going to be seeing it. You see this town over here, Henderson? This is like a kind of a suburb of Vegas. What if you were trying to just target Vegas and you built a landing page? Yeah. You built a landing page for Henderson, and you have a 15-mile radius and it's going all over here, right? That's what makes Facebook not very effective. You cannot target the way you used to. Now, if you're doing Vegas, okay, but let me just say something about what you guys all know. Let's just say I own a home in Spring Valley, and Spring Valley is a super awesome area and everything is like expensive and all that. If I'm trying to build business in Spring Valley and that's like a kind of a coveted market, but I'm running ads all over Vegas, I might not care that you know about Vegas. I want the local expert of Spring Valley. That's why you build a landing page to be the expert of that area so that you can run ads to that area and mail print to that area and run e-flyers to those people in that area. You're going to have to be the expert in an area. I think you all know that. So yeah, Danielle's saying you got it's like 3,200 acres. Yeah. So it's planned. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, that's a little bit about that. So let's get back to where we were. So when you create a landing page, you want to customize it, make sure it looks like your area, then get to the marketing tools, run it out on Facebook. And you now know that you can overshoot that. Let me show you another one, a different example. It's not Vegas. I live, like I said, in Lafayette. There are a lot of towns around me that are like 20 and 30,000 people, right? Like I can drive 5 minutes in any direction from my home, and there's going to be another town about 20,000 people. So it's a different kind of marketing. And I've got a landing page for this one little town called Orinda. There's 22,000 people that live there. It's a bedroom community here, right? And there's a couple of malls. There's an old movie theater over there. And you would think that if I typed in Orinda, that I could just go for it. And I'll tell you this, most agents, including our clients, do not create landing pages for their specific areas. They just lob out our generic free home value page. And then they are concerned, like, why is this not working? It doesn't work because you're not actually speaking to anybody's area. People own a home, and I'll describe to you this situation. So this is Orinda. You would think, boom, create ad, I'm good to go. Let me show you where Orinda is in Northern California, right? And Orinda, yeah. It's, I think, a better example than the Vegas one that we were looking at, because there you have a desert on the outside, right? Here, I'm not surrounded by desert. There are some big green parks and stuff like this, but a 15-mile radius, this is Orinda right here. A 15-mile radius of this area is about this big, okay? Maybe even a little bigger. There are literally 2 million people that would see this ad when I'm only trying to target 22,000 people that live in that little town. That's why Facebook can just be a big waste of time for that particular kind of ad, that like instant home value. Like if you create that, and I got to tell you, when you come in, and I said this to Danielle earlier, you get a default landing page, and our default home valuation landing page is called free home values. And here, Scott's gone and done some editing because he likes these pictures or whatever. Yours does not look like this. Let me go to image and let me remove that. Let's see if I can get to what your thing looks like. Yours, when you log in, your free home value page has this suburban street with garages and driveways and mailboxes, right? And that we bought that years ago because it's okay. You got to have a picture there, right? So yours is going to look, let's see, get rid of that. Can't remember how you got her. Let me remove that. There you go. Even here, we put like a drone video, and drone videos are cool, right? Nothing wrong with that. But this is what your default page looks like. So I don't know where you're all sitting, but if your market does not look like this, you got to change this, because this is being embedded in so many of your tools. Because a lot of our tools, even if you have an open house, it's going to say open house, check this out, right? But it's somewhere it's going to say, would you like your free home value? Why do we do that? Because we know many people shopping the homes that are for sale are actually doing research and they own a home. So if you're using our tools, we're going to help you find those people. So definitely get to your landing page section. And the very first thing is, let me refresh this because this should have a refresh look. That free home values, make sure that looks like your area. And I don't recommend single homes like this. I recommend that you're using something that's like a landmark that looks like your area, or at least we have clients up in all the way up the eastern seacoast. So the landscape looks totally different from one state to another. Make sure this looks like your area. If you're in the southern states, so you got unique looks as well. So change that, and then make sure you're making a landing page for every one of your core farm markets. And then once you've done that, you can then say, okay, I want to market that. And so tying back to what we started with, you can run ads on Facebook to that particular market. You've uploaded that list to your CRM. So you got an e-flyer for your database. So you can blast that out, and you can do either door hangers or send the nearby homeowner letter or the letter on the back of the landing page. And we haven't even gotten there. We've really focused a lot on ads. I definitely want to talk about the number one tool. And I think it's the number one tool because like agents understand this, right? And that is that if you have a listing and you want to multiply those listings, you want to take that listing and get more, click on market listing. And yeah, there's an e-flyer for your database. So use that when you want and run an ad on Facebook. But also the nearby homeowner letter is the number one tool. Okay. And this kind of looks like the letter that on the back of the home valuation page, but that is about a neighborhood and this is about a home, right? And so if you have a home in a neighborhood that you want more listings, this is number one, what you got to do. So you bought the list of homeowners. This says, hey, this home is just listed and go check it out. And that affects your home value and go here, right? So now you see how that line. Now, remember, I'm clicking because I'm on a computer. This is actually a piece of paper. So people are going to take that letter, open it, read it, type in the web address and land on this page, and then give you their address and their email. Who is going to do that? Only people that are seriously interested in the value of their homes. That is why our clients lean on this. And this guy here, Chris, I'm going to show you. This is back in the Mastermind group. So ask the support team to get you in there. This guy moved to San Antonio, Texas in the summer of 2020 from out of state. He was a realtor. He joined Keller Williams. He bought a home with his wife and kids in a nice neighborhood, and he wants to dominate the neighborhood. I want to be the guy here, right? So what does he do? You want to know what he does? Click on view comments and read it yourself. He is basically saying, I bought a list from Remine, and I mailed that letter out, a nearby homeowner letter out on listings that he was borrowing every 2 weeks, every other week. And once they opt in on the home valuation landing page, I hit them up every week with phone calls, bomb letters, email, and letters left at the door. That's like the recipe for conversion right there. This guy, Chris, like I said, moved from out of state into Texas, quickly becomes a leading listing agent in that office. He's showing us, hey, here's what I'm dropping off. He's actually dropping off our seller PDF guides. He just puts them in an envelope and leaves it at the door. Doesn't even bother to mail it. Because you're not getting hundreds of leads. He then just opens up his own office, just leaves and opens up his own office. And the first thing he does is create a channel telling people, here's how I customize listings to leads to get more listings. Join me. I'm going to help you make more money. That's the story of Chris leveraging the nearby homeowner letter. I'll show you one more guy. So you'll hear, and I've asked you to please check all these people out. This guy, Dustin. So this is something I forgot to tell you. I set up the team accounts and the office accounts of the partnerships around the country and the Caribbean and all that. This guy here, Dustin, was a rookie agent. He had been in the business for 2 years. He used to be a manager at Office Depot, and he joined Pearson Smith. And I signed to Pearson Smith in Virginia, south of DC, and they were 300 agents. They now are 1,000 agents. And he now has the top team. He is either number one or number three in an office of 1,000 agents. And so he actually wrote a book this year, and we're in the book, right? He's saying, these are the things I did with listing leads, but there are other options that he used in his marketing. I think you can buy the book on Amazon. But the first thing we learned about him is say, hey, yeah, I got that letter. I printed it. I put in a little one-page calendar of my wife and I made a little Canva thing with my Zillow reviews, and I mailed them first class. It cost me $625, but he got 10 listings with an average commission of $17,000 in Maryland, right? That was a few years ago. That's when we first learned about Dustin. We've had calls with him. He's done an interview with us at RE Technology and their owner, Eric Pearson, who owns the office, right? So there's a lot to that letter. You want to definitely look at listings to leads and think about, how do I get out there? Now, we're already at the top of the hour. I want to show you the Google software because I haven't had time to talk about that. So right here, it says Google Ads. And this is an add-on, but I'm going to see if I can show you what's going on. So let's say we're talking about Las Vegas. And in this case, you don't really even need a custom audience because there's nothing here specifically talking about Las Vegas. So anybody who sees it, it's going to work, right? So we're in Google. It's only going to show it to people in Las Vegas. And it's a $50 a day budget. If you click view link, you don't have to, but I'm just doing it so we can all see this together. This is the landing page that the ad's going to point people to. So download the report, give us your information to download the report, right? So it's lead capture. Let me show you what Google is about. And by the way, we're in listings to leads. We have Google software. When you go to Google and do it yourself, you need to have all the keywords. And we know all the keywords because we have resources to review what people are searching every quarter. So we update this. You also need to write multiple headlines. We do that for you automatically. The headline is right here, the blue part of the ad. You see this part that I'm highlighting, that's called the description. You need 3 descriptions. So if you're not familiar with how to write a description or the multiple headlines or know the keywords that you need to hit those people in Google, it costs $30 a month to use our software. It is, I will say this, seller leads on Google are probably the most expensive seller leads you're going to find via our platform. I'm sure there are other companies charging you whatever they want to charge. But in our system, you can get free leads. You can get $7 leads for sold ads on Facebook. You can get $15 leads for what is your Las Vegas home worth on Facebook. But on Google, the same landing page, the same PDF guide, those leads for homeowners can often cost $20 to $25. Sometimes they're 15 to 20, but you're somewhere in that range. And that's always a moving target because ad cost is auction based. I don't usually, Scott and I both agree, you don't need to start with Google. But if you're an agent that manages 5+ listings at all times, you already know about Google and you need a budget for it. If you don't have that kind of business, use all the tools I've been showing you here, including Facebook, build up your listing business, build up your buyer database, and you will then have that ROI. You say, okay, I need to invest in Google because that's the #1 website in the country, right? 86% of all questions occur on this website. Okay. People don't go to Facebook and say, hey, how do I sell my home? They ask that exact question on Google 86% of the time. Whether it's what's the taxes, what's the cost, what's the commission, all those things. And that's why when you look at our software and you look at our keywords, we have a lot of different keywords in there because we want to make sure you're getting noticed. So are there any questions? I talked about a lot today. This call is being recorded. As I mentioned at the beginning of the call, it's going to be on our YouTube channel. So definitely go back and check it out and just try to, if you can walk away with anything, I'll tell you, you want to be running one ad of any type every week on Facebook. This could be a $35 ad or a $50 ad. If you have more listings, you probably know you're already doing more than that. You want to get an e-flyer out once a week. It's free. Okay. And you want to mail one of our tools, a postcard, a door hanger, a nearby homeowner letter, the home sold report on the back of a landing page, any one of those, try to get those out twice a month. This is what our clients that get the most listings are doing. Okay. So I'm not just giving it to you for conversation's sake. This call, Rob, will be on this channel probably tomorrow the latest, maybe this evening. And so that's the story, right? You got e-flyers. And so that kind of points to why I was saying earlier, you need to buy a list of homeowners with equity so that you're emailing these people, you're uploading that list to Facebook, you're running ads in front of them, and you're mailing to. This is what real companies do. And you are all your own real company, right? So have a real marketing machine to get more listings. This is the way to do it. If you need buyers, join my Facebook and Google Ads class. Buyers are slam dunk. Run ads. I'm going to show you one more thing. Since some of you are still here, I appreciate you being here. I know that a lot of people, one, they don't have experience with Facebook, and two, they don't think the quality of that lead is really that good. So there was one more name that I wanted to talk about, and that's Brian Matthews. So Brian, I set up his office. He's got an office in Texas, I think by Dallas. And he put in a video here. First, he was telling us like, hey, I got a listing just from running an ad. And let me show this to you. So what he is saying is, he's saying, I ran an ad on a home that was, I'm gonna get this out of the way, that I'm running it unsold. He said, but really, he goes, this ad, we ran multiple ads and we got 114 buyer leads when the home was for sale. And he said, we converted 4 of those people. 4 of those 114 leads purchased a home in Texas. That was this spring. And so he's excited, right? He's happy. He's, hey. So then he said, but then we flipped the home to sold and we ran the ad for $50 and we convert one of those leads. That gentleman wants to sell a home for 400 grand and buy another for 450 grand. This is from Facebook only. He has done nothing with Google here. He does run Google ads, but this particular video is about one home in Texas, Conroe, Texas, generating $850,000 in volume from one $50 ad, as well as 4 home purchases from $350 of buyer leads, right? That's $400 of ad spend. And this guy has got 4 people to buy homes and 1 person to buy and sell another home. Facebook is very powerful. Don't ignore it. I will say this. I always recommend that our clients are, how do you say? You want to text the leads. I know everybody feels like speed the lead is the way to go. And that's cool. But that comment was created before cell phones. And all of us know that when I get that phone call, I can see who's calling me. If I don't know it, I'm not answering it. And if I do answer it and I find out it's somebody trying to sell me something, I'm like, oh, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Click. And that's why agents feel like Facebook leads are not very valuable. But our clients who are texting leads until those people are ready for a phone call and then closing the appointment after a phone call, they know. I have a lot of, I set up teams. I know that we have teams converting at 5% on our Facebook lead. I know I actually talked to an agent who doesn't call leads. I don't know why. Why are you spending money to get leads? She's actually does it simply to market the home, right? Because she's not really relying on the leads. She's just doing it to tell her homeowner, like, this is what I'm doing. But we have clients that are building databases from our ads, from our e-flyers, from our print tools, and converting those leads. And I hope that's what all of you do as well. Are there any more questions? Let's see here. What do you think there's a price point that does better with buyers if you're marketing an active listing? I think anything below $1 million, but we have clients marketing and getting listings and marketing homes that are worth $2 and $3 million with our Facebook ads. I don't recommend Facebook for commercial properties, definitely office buildings. Sometimes you can do it if you're doing a duplex or like a small kind of apartment, but commercial is, I don't even know where people look for commercial properties like that, but I don't think it's Facebook. Yeah. But anything between 100 and $1 million just happens all day long. We have clients all over the country and they have different price points, horse ranches, all kinds of things, all kinds of different kinds of properties. Any other questions? And again, thank you everybody for joining me today. This call is being recorded. If you have questions, if you need a team account, my email and phone number are on the website. I'm Vince at Listings to Leads. And I know somebody here had a question about your Facebook account. Feel free to email me. My team, our support team they're pretty awesome. Sometimes I know what to look for, but Facebook was, I am going to say this just in case you're here. Once you start running ads on Facebook, you will notice, and I think it's true for Google, you get a lot of scam email. And those scam emails are telling you like, hey, you've done something wrong. You need to log in and fix this, right? And what they're doing, that's called a phishing email. They are phishing for your login codes. Don't respond to anything like that. And it can look really legitimate. I know when I look at it, I look at the email addresses that they're coming from. And even those can be spoofed. You don't want to do that. Oh, really? So Sherry's saying every ad, she gets one of those. Yeah. There's something that, I don't know if it's just something visible that people see that. Just run Facebook ad, just got 2 leads. Do you have scripts of follow up leads? I don't think we have scripts. We do have call scripts. I don't know if we have follow up scripts, Betty. If you look inside of what kind of ad did you run? You ran you got 2 leads. What kind of ad was it? When you look at the homes for sale, you'll see a database call script and also a short form video. So maybe the database call script, 12 mistakes. So go to that's actually one that works fairly well. Was that on Facebook? Yes. So if you go to seller leads, it sounds like Betty ran an ad on 12 mistakes, which is here, and got 2 seller leads. So if you click on marketing tools there, Betty, you're going to see a database call script. You might want to look here and incorporate some of that in your call, right? I don't know if I think you can start there. I don't think we have a straight follow-up call. Yeah. Okay. And everybody, almost any tool you look at is going to have a call script so that you can call and talk to them about this. Maybe start there. But yeah, that thing about spoofed emails, believe me, that is a crazy making experience. And for a lot of people, a lot of realtors, they don't know what that is and they get scared, right? And I'm sorry, it's just the nature of the internet and all the kind of scams we got going on in this world. Just don't respond to any of that. Here's the reality. If you have done something wrong, they will lock it, right? You won't be able to log in. And then that's ugly too, right? Can we use listings from another brokerage with their permission? Yes, of course, Miriam. Yeah, you can. I ran an ad with an active home and a friend had listed, got 9 leads. I think just so one of the responses was, they're just dreaming. And I would reach out to them and say, hey, do you own a home? Are you a first-time home buyer? Because sometimes there are programs to help them, right? And then it says here's another question. If you have questions, let me know. It's suggested to do $50 in 5 days. Would it work better to do $25 a day? Was that Facebook? Yes, that was Facebook. Yeah. So it says $50 in 5 days. So $50 in 5 days is $10 a day. Okay. Betty, do you have any idea of what your lead costs? And since we're hanging out, if you're here, I'm happy to talk. I'm going to go to the ads page and show you what the question I'm asking her. There's a cost per lead. Now I'm in our fake account, but when you look here, you're going to see your ad. You're going to recognize the address and it's going to say underneath it, CPL, and that's cost per lead. And you also can see this, like 110 people saw it, reached it, and some 125 glanced it. That's how many people are seeing the ad. But the cost per lead is the cost. So when Betty is saying it's suggested to do $10 in 5 days, that's $10 a day, right? 5 divided by 50. Oftentimes, the leads for that kind of report for a homeowner can cost $10 each. Okay. So if you're spending $10 a day and they're charging $10 each per lead, you would get 1 lead per day. Okay. But there are times where they're charging $15 a lead. And if you got $10 a day, you're not getting any leads that first day because you don't have enough to meet that minimum price per lead. Yeah. Oh, Sherry saying, I got a message from listings to leads to turn off an ad. If you go to the ads page, you got these thumbnails. These are your ads. This will be green and say on. Just click it and it'll turn it off and it'll be gray like that. And I actually, speaking of ads, If you got an ad and it's run 3 or 4 days and nothing's happening, you need to customize it. You need to make it better. I recommend that you turn off your ad, just like I described here, and then create a new ad. Maybe you need to make a better landing. I spoke to somebody last week who ran a home value ad on the generic landing page. It was like, I don't know why it's not working. I'm like, you're not speaking to anybody. I'm going to tell you another story here. I remember when I was talking about Orinda, a lot of agents don't want to. Yeah, that's what happened to you, Sherry. Yeah. So she did exactly, she ran an ad on their generic landing page and it was like a 15-mile radius. And did you type in the name of a town, Sherry? Was that like your core area? So here, if I went out and I targeted, and you already know that if I created a landing page for Orinda and it would just go out all over the place, like that doesn't work. But what a lot of agents want to do, because they don't want to make a unique page for each area, is they want to say county, Bucks County, right? Brevard County, right? Just same time. Listen, guys, I don't know about your counties, but let me tell you the story of my little county. It's this whole area here. And the home value, they range from 300 grand over here to 20 million over here. And then everything's like 1 to 2 million here. So if I own a home over here, I don't want the county expert. I want the Pittsburgh expert. I want the Lafayette expert here. And you know, that's the truth when people are looking. They want the person, and certainly you say, oh yeah, I've sold homes all over the place. But when you're trying to get people to respond to an ad, you really want to speak to their area. So that's my story. Thanks for hanging out. If there aren't any more questions, thanks for joining me today. I hope this helps. Get on the YouTube channel and look at our stuff there. And one more thing, I didn't mention it because it's a little bit broader, but if you are sitting with any time and you don't know what to do, but you want to make sure you're utilizing your time, get to the marketing calendar up here. It's the top link on the top. And you can decide if you want to target buyers or sellers in any one of these topics. You can download a checklist. You can go over here, read all the step-by-step instructions, and there's also going to be a video. And you can go right here to do the test, right? Now, we've landed on this page a few times. But if you've got downtime and you want some way of getting your phone ringing, getting more leads, check in on this calendar. We don't give you 5 tasks. We give you 1 task a day. And literally, if you did these throughout the month and you did that consistently for a couple months, you're going to have more business. Everybody, thank you again. I don't think I see any more questions. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, everybody. Talk to you soon. Get in the mastermind group, ask our support team. And if you have questions, I'm Vince at Listings to Leads.